Hey everyone, Darren Belanco here, founder of OnlineThinking.net. Today's video, I'm going to show you how to build an e-commerce store using WooCommerce and WordPress. Let's get started. So the first thing you're going to want to do is log into your WordPress website and you're going to head over to the plugins. Now, a lot of people get confused between what is the difference between WordPress and WooCommerce. So let me explain. WordPress is your content management system or your standard website with your homepage, your About Us page, your Contact Us page. WooCommerce is a plugin which gives you additional e-commerce shopping features on your WordPress store. So what you can do is you can head over to plugins on your WordPress website and then click the Add New button. And then from here you can just go and search WooCommerce. Once you've searched WooCommerce, you'll see a whole bunch of plugins coming up here, and this is the one we're looking for here, WooCommerce. So you can hit the Install Now button, and that will then install the WooCommerce plugin. Now, this is not a complicated thing to do. WooCommerce comes with a very easy to use setup, which will walk you through each step of the process, step by step. And I'm going to walk you through that process as well now, and I'll show you exactly what to do here. Just a few things to keep in mind here while we're waiting for this to be installed is when you are building a WooCommerce website, one of the things you want to keep in mind is the theme that you use. The theme that you use is going to give you a lot of additional features, or it's going to limit you with the amount of features that are available on that theme. When you go and download WooCommerce, they recommend they've got their default storefront theme. Personally, I really don't like this theme. It does not have a lot of options, and if you're using a theme that doesn't have enough options, it can be an absolute nightmare to build your WooCommerce store. So the theme that I would recommend for your WooCommerce store is the Astra Pro theme. But when we get to that part of the setup, I will walk you through some of the additional features that the Astra Pro theme gives you and just some of the reasons why that is one of my favorite themes to use for WooCommerce stores and just for standard websites as well. But as you can see now, WooCommerce has been activated and now it is going to walk us through the store setup. So we can just hit this Yes Please button over here. Wait for this to load. And then now it's taken us into the first step, which is the address of your store. This address here can be, I'm not sure what the address, we can just put road name in there for now. This is optional. Your country and region, let's just select South Africa here. City. And hit that, and then we can just hit continue. This is just for usage tracking from WooCommerce. You don't have to select this, so you can just leave that checkbox and then hit continue here. And now we'll be walked through the next step in the process here. The industry that we are going to be setting up this store in here is for corporate gifting, so we'll select other over here. Marketing. And then here on step 3 here, product types. This is where you will select what kind of store that you're going to have, what kind of products that you're going to be selling. Are you going to be selling physical products? Are you going to have a digital store where you're selling ebooks and training courses? If you do have a digital store, then the option you're going to want to select is downloads. You can deselect the physical product option if you have a digital store or a digital product store. Here you can also select the subscriptions or membership options. You will have to install and purchase first the subscriptions or the membership product from WooCommerce. They do give you a lot of other options here for some additional plugins that they have for you, but we aren't going to be using any of those. So for now, we're just going to select the physical products and the downloadable products option. We'll hit continue. how many products. Now this isn't really going to affect your store in any way. I assume that this is just for some market research that WooCommerce is doing with people who are installing their plugin and using their plugin on their websites. So we're just going to select this. And then this is an integration option that WooCommerce gives you in the setup, which will allow you to connect your WooCommerce store to either Facebook or Google Ads for your paid advertising on those platforms, as well as your MailChimp list, so you can sync up your customers with your MailChimp list. So we aren't going to be using MailChimp because we use a different subscriber here. And then we will select the Google Ads option as well as the Facebook option, because they will then install an additional plugin for each of these, which will integrate into both of those platforms and make it super easy to advertise your new store. So we'll keep those selected. We'll hit the continue button. Now this is loaded here. And now this is the option where they will give you a whole bunch of different themes to choose from. So you can see here that we already have the Astra Pro theme activated here. And here's the storefront theme that I was telling you about earlier, which WooCommerce recommends as their standard theme. Now, it's not a bad theme, but once again, once you see all the additional options and features that Astra gives you, I believe that there's no going back after that. So we'll just hit the continue with my active theme button here. And then this is just asking us if we want to integrate WooCommerce with Jetpack. Now, if you don't know what Jetpack is a plugin created by the same company and the same team, Automatic, who has contributed to the creation of WordPress. And Jetpack is actually quite a nifty little plugin because they've got some features where you can integrate with social networks, and they have some of their own website tracking there. So I'm going to hit yes please over here because we do want to integrate our store with Jetpack. We'll wait for this to load, and now you'll see here it's just asking us to create a Jetpack account. What we're going to do here is create a Jetpack account just using the client email address. Once you have your details here entered in on this page here, you're just going to fill them in here and then hit the create account button. And then we'll go ahead and create an account here with Jetpack. And if you look at the domain here, you'll see that the Jetpack plugin is on the WordPress.com domain. So it's all connected with WordPress. And a really cool additional feature with Jetpack is once you've installed Jetpack and activated the stats on the Jetpack settings, you can go and download the WordPress app from your Google Play App Store or from the Apple App Store. And from that app, you can then go and have your website stats and real-time information on your phone. So that's quite a nifty little additional thing that a lot of people don't know about installing Jetpack onto your site. And while we're talking about that, I'm just going to head over here to Jetpack just to show you that setting option here, just so you can see where to activate the stats. So you'll see if you go and click Jetpack and you hit settings, you'll see here there's a tab at the top here for traffic. There's a few other settings here that you can go through, but the main one we're going to be looking at now is the traffic. So what you can do here is scroll down to the bottom of this section here, and you'll see it says site stats. And over here, there's just a little chart in the bar which you can turn off here. You can hide the smiley face image, and you don't want to count any logged in page views unless you have some kind of a membership website or something like that. And then these stats should all be activated and ready to go. So that's where to find these stats in your Jetpack, just for your own reference. But now let's continue with the WordPress and WooCommerce setup here. As you can see, the setup is all done. We've got some stats over here, and here are just some additional steps here that we still need to go and set up. So you'll see here the first step is to add your products. The next one is to set up your payment methods. Here you can set up your tax, your shipping, and personalize your store. We are not going to go through all of those because that's a little bit more advanced, but right now I'll just walk you through some of the main settings that you're going to want to use here, and just to know where they are. You'll see that once you have installed WooCommerce here, you'll get an additional menu in the left-hand side here for your products. If you just go through to all products here, you'll then be able to see here, here's your product section on the site. Here we can just go and hit the create product button, and here we can type our product name. And I'm just going to enter in some default product names here just to show you what this looks like and where all the settings are. So here we'll just say new product. And you will see here we've got a long description box. This is the main description of your product. And then if you scroll a little bit down here, you'll have the short description box. What I like to do here is I like to just move the short description box up a little bit, just so it's more visible and easier to get to, because the short description box is the box which is going to be seen first on the page before the main product description. So here I will just type in main product description, and then here we'll type in short product description. If we can just get in here. So now you'll see, once you've typed into these two boxes over here, I'm not sure why this is loading here. Could just be an update issue. So we've got the main product description area and the short product description. And I'll show you now on the front end how that's going to look and where those two boxes appear, because we are going to be able to go and manipulate that on the front end using the Astra theme. And I'm going to show you that because it's very important to be able to change these things to really get your store to look how you want it to. Now that we've entered in our product descriptions over here, you'll see there's a box here for product data. This little box over here is going to be where you enter in all of the product information here. First off, you'll see here there's a drop-down menu where you can select between a simple product, which is just a standard product. A grouped product is where you can group multiple or more than one product together, and the user can go and select which product they would like with a checkbox. The external or affiliate product gives you the same product page layout, but in the place of an add to cart button, there will simply be a button there which links to the external website or your affiliate product. And then your variable product is your variable products where you've got different variations. So if you're selling clothing, you could have a small, medium, large, and extra large selection box, and that would then be the product type that you would then use there. For now, we're just going to use the simple product. And then these two boxes over here are going to give you different options. So the virtual product option, if you look on the left-hand menu here, the minute you select a virtual product, it removes the shipping tab from the product options on the left-hand side. So you can select either virtual or leave it unchecked. For now, we are not going to look into the shipping because that's more of an advanced thing. So we are going to just select the virtual product here because the product we are going to be selling is also a virtual product. And if you have some downloadable materials or a product brochure or something that goes in addition to that product, or you're just selling a PDF ebook or something of that nature, you can select the downloadable product checkbox here. And what this does is you'll see it gives you a additional selector box over here where you can go and add files directly from your WordPress media library. So if you had a PDF over here, you could go and type the PDF name here or training guide, and then here we could go and select choose file. And then in your WordPress media library, you could simply upload a PDF here or whatever the file is. So we'll just select a logo just for now, just so we can see how this works. And there we go. When a user goes and purchases this product, they will get a special download link for this product. And you can then also go and limit this download by the number of times they are able to download this product. So if you leave it blank, they can download it any number of times. And then you can go and limit it and say, oh, we're going to let them only download it 10 times. This next box over here is going to be how long you want that download to be active for. So if a user purchases the product today, how many days from today are they going to have access to that product for? We are going to put in there 7 days, for example, and that means that if a person buys the product today, in 7 days' time, access will automatically be removed. Now, just moving on to some of the next settings over here. Before we do that, we've just got to enter in a price over here. So let's just put in there 995 and then a sale price, just so we can see what that looks like as well. And let's move on to the next step here. Under inventory, this is where you can just put in your SKU number. If you are going to be managing stock, this is where you can then select if you're managing stock. And then here you can go and enter in your stock details here. So we are not going to be doing that now. Linked products. This is going to be the next section that you see here. This is going to be for additional product options that people will be able to see on the product page as well as in the cart page. So if you just hover over this question mark here, you'll see it says here, upsells are products which you recommend instead of the currently viewed product. These products will be displayed on the product page at the very bottom below the main description. So if we are selling a t-shirt here and there are different types of the same kind of t-shirt, you might want to go and enter those in over here, and those will then be displayed at the bottom of your product page. Your cross sells, these will be displayed in the cart. Generally, I don't like to use cross sells because when people are in the checkout process, I don't really like to distract them. I like to keep them in that frame of mind that they are checking out, moving to purchase, unless it's something like an order bump on the checkout page where they are not necessarily going to be moved off of that particular step in the checkout process. So that is just something to keep in mind. Your attributes here, this is just some of the additional information that can be displayed on the product page. And then under advanced, you can put in a purchase note here. So when the user buys the product, you can say, log into your account to download your product. And that order note will be attached to every single order that gets placed with this product. Let's go and hit the publish button here just to go get a rough idea what this product page looks like. And you'll see now we've published that product and we are able to go and view that product on the front end here. And as you can see here, there's our product layout here. You can see there's the name of our product here, the normal price of the product, which has now been crossed out because we entered in the discounted price. If you don't enter in the discounted price, then this price will display as normal. Here is the short product description. This is the description that I like to use because this is the one that's going to get your users' attention and be displayed on the store page on your WooCommerce store. So this description here is super important. And then if we scroll down here below our main product image, we will see here that this is where the main product description goes over here. This page can be completely edited and changed with the help of the Astra theme. If we just go back here into our WordPress dashboard and you head over to the Appearance tab, you can just hit the Astra Options link, and this theme has an additional module for WooCommerce specifically that we can activate. You can see here WooCommerce, and now that we've installed the WooCommerce plugin, it's now unlocked the option to activate this theme. So we can just hit Activate over there, and it's as simple as that. So now we can head over to the front end of the site and hit the Customize button. And we'll be able to now go and change the layout of this page completely with the help of the Astra theme. Our customizer has now loaded. We are on the product page, and you'll see now that there is an additional tab down here called WooCommerce. If we just hit that tab, you'll see there's some more tabs over here which will give us options to edit individual parts of our WooCommerce store. Under the first tab is just the store notice if it's just a demo store. So for example, we can leave this here and hit the enable store notice, and that will then come up, but we're not going to use that now. I want to show you some of the main settings over here. General settings here, you can set how your sale notification looks. You can set a header cart. Before we get into that, I want to just show you something here in the header menu. In the primary menu option, what we can choose to select here is the last item in menu. And over here, it gives us an option for WooCommerce. So if we select WooCommerce, we'll see that we should get a little shopping cart icon. Let's just make sure we've got this all set up correctly here. There we've got a nice menu cart item in the top right hand corner here, and that was under the header section. Now what we can do is we can go back into the WooCommerce settings here, and there's a header cart icon setting here. So we can choose to display the cart totals as well as the title. I don't want to display the title or the total, and we can also choose the different style over here. So let's change the cart just to a bag, and there we go. We can also choose just to have the outline displayed. So that is a very nice feature to have, this drop down cart. The next thing that we're going to want to do here is on the single product page. We're going to go here, and this is one of the best features that I love about the Astra theme. The Astra theme is one of the very, very few themes that I've found out there which gives us this ability to manipulate all these individual sections on the single product page as well as on the main store page. This is a really nifty feature because we can really start to tweak our store and get it to look the way that we want it to. For example here, what we can do is we can choose to disable the breadcrumbs, which is this over here. We can disable the breadcrumbs, we can enable Ajax add to cart, and what we can then do over here now is we can then start moving all of these around here. We can choose to then, we'll keep the title at the top, but you might want to then put the short description above the price. So we can then do that with the Astra theme without having to fiddle with code or mess around like that. And as you can see, in a few seconds, we are able to move around these elements on this page and really tweak this product page to get it looking exactly what we like it to look like. So we can turn this off because I generally don't display this meta option here. That will then hide this over here. What we can then do as well is we can scroll further down this column here, and you'll see here the typography setting. Now maybe we want our price to really stand out and we want the size to be a little bit larger than what it currently is at the moment. We can then go in here and tweak the size of that price and get it really nice and big. We can then also change the weight of it, and let's actually just go back up here and move this around because this doesn't look too great. Let's put the price above the description, and then that's starting to look really nice here. We're not going to tweak too much here because we don't have much information for the product at the moment, but one of the main things I wanted you to see was just the single product structure here and how you can really tweak this and manipulate this here. You can also move to this toggle here, and we can change the width of the image here. You can shift this around here, and you can get the perfect size for your image and text to fit nicely together. Okay, so now that we've edited our single product page, I'm going to just show you how to edit the shop page of your e-commerce stores. If you just head over to the product catalog tab here, your shop page will automatically load here. And very much like the single product page, the Astra theme will give us a number of options here to customize the shop page to get it looking how we really want it to look. We can choose here on the shop page if we want to show the products, categories, or both. We're just going to choose the show products options. There's the category display option. So when a user goes into the categories, what would you like them to see? There's your ordering, the content width, and there's also your layout options here. We are going to keep it just so it sits above. And then once again here, you will see here, we've got this same product structure here on the shop page that we saw on the individual product page, where we are able to move around these in the orders that we want them to. So maybe we want the ratings to display right at the top, and then we might not want the categories to display. And then we also might want to choose to have the short description displayed, and we can just move that around over there. turn the category off here. Once that's done, we can hit publish. And as you can see here, it's looking really nice and it's really easy to manipulate how your theme and how your store is going to look. I know there's not a lot of products loaded on the site. This is a client site that we are building from the ground up, and I'm walking you through the process as we go. As this website advances and as we build more features in here, you can follow along and you'll see how this evolves and exactly what you're able to do with the Astra theme and WooCommerce as a e-commerce solution for you. So that's going to be all for us today. If you've got value from this video, smash the like button and leave a comment below, and I really hope this helps you on your e-commerce journey. So thank you very much, and I look forward to your success, and I'll see you in next week's video.